morning. Wherever you are, find a comfortable seat. So you might sit up tall, you might sit back and up against something, or if you feel like you really need to lie down right now, you can also lie down and then go ahead and close your eyes. And then take a few moments to connect with your breath in and your breath out. And what does that mean, right? What do I mean, connect with your breath? Literally, as you breathe in through your nose, just start to find the beginning, middle, end of your inhale. And then through the nose, find the beginning, middle, end of your exhale. And 3 more times like that. Breathe in through your nose, find the beginning, middle, end. Breathe out, find the beginning, middle, end. Breathing in, beginning, middle, end. Breathe out, beginning, middle, end. When you're ready, open up your eyes and then breathe in. Reach both arms up high overhead. On the breath out, start to turn over to your right. So your right hand can come behind you. Your left hand might be just right in front of you, or you could bring it right out to the outside of your right leg. Sit up even taller on an in-breath. And then turn to the right as you breathe out. Come back up through center, sweep both arms up. And switch sides. Just start to turn over towards the other side. Come back through center, sweep both arms up. And then take a look over at the front of your space. And just come right out onto your hands and your knees. So we'll meet with the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Really spread through your fingers, spread through your toes. And then on a breath in, roll your shoulders back, tip your gaze up, look up for cow. Breathe out, round through your spine, see your knees for cat. Breathe in, roll your shoulders back, inhale, look up, tip your gaze up. Exhale, round through your spine, take a look between your knees. And then move like that at your own pace. So if you want, you could even close your eyes here. You maybe might circle your head and circle your hips. And then on your next breath out, take a seat back into a child's pose. Your big toes can touch as the knees widen. And then reach your fingertips forward and relax the weight of your head. Staying nice and low here, just walk your hands all the way over to your right. Reach your left fingers away from your left hip and your left hip away from your left fingers. So you might even take your right hand and tent it outside of your right hip and use the hand to help you turn to the right. Super slowly come back through center and switch sides. Walk your hands all the way over to your left. Reach the right hand away from your right hip and your right hip away from your right hand. So you breathe in, lengthen your spine. As you breathe out, really turn over to your left. And then come back through center. Reach your fingers forward. Look forward. Roll out onto a plank pose, into a plank pose. Reach your head forward, reach your heels back. Breathe in. And then send your hips up and back to a downward facing dog with the breath out. You might bend your knees, sway your hips a little bit side to side. From downward facing dog, breathe in, reach your right leg up. Bend your right knee and open your hips. Stack the hips so the right hip's on top of the left. And if you'd like, you might circle your knee going in one direction. And then switch it up and make your circles going in the opposite direction. Re-extend your legs, square your hips, step your right foot next to your right thumb. Lower your back knee, your left knee to the ground, uncurl your toes. And then you can come onto the tops of your fingers as you drive your hips forward. Try to relax the jaw and then inhale. Send your chest forward of your toes, almost like there's lights right on your collarbones and you want to shine them forward of the toe tips of the right foot. Relax your jaw with the breath out. Tuck your back toes, lift your left knee, and then really plant the left palm down and lift your right arm up. Take a twist open to the right. Lower your right hand. Any amount, lengthen your right leg. You could totally have a bend in it. If you need to step your back foot in, you can do that. And then do bend your right knee. Look forward. Step forward, fold into your legs at the top of your space. Tuck your chin into your chest and roll yourself up to stand. Once you're upright, reach both arms high. Interlace your fingers and then reach your wrists over towards the right. Ground your left foot down, reach your left foot away from the left wrist, and you might even look up towards the left elbow. Come back up through center, switch the interlacing of your fingers, flip your palms up, and then reach your palms, your wrists over towards the left. Root your right hip down, reach your right wrist away from the right hip, turn to the right. Reach your arms back up, take a big breath in. Breathe out, forward, fold. And then step your right foot back to a low lunge on an inhale. Downward facing dog with your exhale. Plank pose, breathe in. If you need or if you want, you can lower your knees to the ground or keep your knees lifted and lower all the way down to the mat in one long straight line. Untuck your toes. Roll the tips of your shoulders back to lift your chest for a low cobra. So your elbows are bent here, just the chest is lifting because of the strength of your upper back. Press into the tops of your feet. And then tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale your left leg high. Bend the left knee, open your hip, and you could circle the ankle again if you'd like, the knee rather. And then switch it up, circle the knee in the opposite direction. Re-extend your legs, step your foot forward between your thumbs closer to your left thumb. Lower your right knee, uncurl your toes, and then encourage your hips forward. Tuck your back toes, your right toes, lift your right knee, plant the right palm, then peel open towards the left. Lower your hands any amount, lengthen through both legs. Rebend your front knee, step forward, forward fold. And then tuck your chin into your chest, roll all the way up to stand. Sweep your arms up high and just interlace your fingers, flip the palms up, stay centered, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back to a low lunge on an in-breath. Downward facing dog with your breath out. And then come forward, plank pose. You can lower your knees if you'd like or keep them lifted. Engage your thighs, look forward, hug your elbows in, lower down to the ground. Uncurl your toes, lift your chest for a low baby cobra. Stay right here or maybe separate your feet mats width apart. They could even go wider. Separate your hands wider than mat's width and maybe a little forward. And then slowly, mindfully plant your palms. Any amount, lengthen your arms. You could have a bend through your elbows here. And then breathe, send your chest forward. Rebend your elbows, exhale, lower your forehead to the mat. And then inhale, lengthen your chest, lift your chest. You might lengthen the arms, straighten the arms. Rebend your elbows, forward fold. Step your feet closer together, bring your hands beneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Once your feet meet your hands, relax your head, shake your head yes, shake your head no. Extend your spine, halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Tuck your chin into your chest, roll yourself all the way up to stand, and then wherever you are, stand tall and spread through your toes. Have your feet about hips width apart. And then take a moment and just close your eyes. Flip your palms forward. And then breathe in. Find the breath all the way in through your nose. Fill up the low belly, the mid belly, the lungs, the shoulders. Exhale your breath away. And then open up your eyes. And this is it's a traditional Ayurvedic way to start the day. It's a warm-up for all the joints in your body and to get just things moving, things flowing. There's a few variations to it, so I'll show you everything. But basically, just stand tall and then lift your right foot up. If you feel like your balance is a little off, you could always bring your hand to a wall or a chair, or the right toes can be on the ground. And then start to just circle the right ankle. The toes could be on the floor during this. And make sure you're breathing in through the nose and out through your nose. So the breath might even be a little bit sharper here. I'm exaggerating the breath. Then lower your right foot down, lift the left foot. And these circles could be fast, they could be slow. Remember, your toe tips could be on the floor. And then lower your left foot, opposite direction with the right. If you forgot which direction you went in first, just do what feels natural and then switch the direction up. It's just the ankle. Again, the ankle could be on the ground. I'm going a little quicker. You can make this a lot slower. And then switch sides, lift your left foot. If things are cracking, that's normal. Sometimes that happens in the morning or whenever you're choosing to do this. Lower both feet to the ground. Bring your hands to your knees. Zip the feet and the knees together. And then gentle circles with the knees. I'm going to the right first. So the knees are going in one direction. Your hands are just loosely on the knees. It's kind of like you're drawing circles with the knees. So ideally it's 10 circles in one direction. Maybe you do a little more, maybe a little less, and then switch directions. Now I'm going left. From here, slow down your circles, stand nice and tall, separate your feet, and then make some circles with your hips. It's kind of like there's a little pencil on your tailbone and you want to make a circle on your mat. And again, I'm going right first. And these could be really big circles, maybe they're little circles. You can try to even incorporate your abdominals into it, engage your abdominals. Be mindful of your back too. We never really deeply increase the low back curve, so I'm not like thrusting my hips forward. Switch sides, go left. And this is something that's really nice to do if you only have maybe 5 minutes in the morning. We'll be doing this every morning. And then from here, you could either step your feet closer together or leave them nice and far. And then shoulders, roll your shoulders forward first. And again, these could be really big movements or really small, subtle movements. And then switch it up, take the shoulders back. Super smoothly interlace your fingers and then circle your wrists going in one direction. If this isn't comfortable, you can separate the wrists. I'm going a little quicker at this one. And then switch sides, switch directions. From here, some gentle head circles. So it's sort of like you're making a circle in front of you with your nose. Be really mindful of your neck. If you want to make the circles a teeny bit bigger, you may. But nothing too crazy. And switch sides. And then keeping your feet hips width, maybe wider, maybe closer. Bring your palms to the tops of your thighs. It's like a cat-cow standing. So as you breathe in, drive your hands back, send your chest forward, look forward. As you breathe out, scoop your belly in and up, round through your spine. Your hands could even come down the legs more. Inhale, drive your fingertips up the thighs, stick your sitting bones out, look up. Exhale, round your spine, scoop the navel in and up. Breathe in for this cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. As you exhale to cat, scoop the navel in and up, rise all the way up, and then separate your feet about hips width. Be mindful of what's around you. And then don't think too much about it. Just start to swing the arms right and left. You could bend the knees as you do this. And you're just gently tapping your sides with the hands. And this could be really small. You could really turn this into more of a breath work where you breathe in, exhale, twist. And then from here, start to slow it down. Come back up to the top of your mat. Look forward. Big breath, then sweep both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. On a breath in, come out to a halfway lift, look away. Exhale, fold in deeper. On an in-breath, step your right foot back to a low lunge, peek forward. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes, lift your chest for a low cobra. Tuck your toes, breathe out, downward facing dog. Inhale. Stay to exhale. Breathe in, reach your right leg high. Exhale your right foot forward next to your right thumb, and then breathe in, lift your right arm up. Lower your hand, step forward. Exhale into your legs. Inhale your arms up as you rise. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale your left foot back, low lunge. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Plank pose on an in-breath. Exhale your choice, either lower halfway or all the way to your mat. Up dog or cobra, if this is in your practice, you can lift the knees off the ground, send the chest forward and up, breathe in. Downward dog with your breath out. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale your left foot forward. Lift your left arm up, take a twist left. Lower your hand, step forward, fold into your legs. Breathe in, reach your arms up, rise up. Breathe out, forward fold. Plant your palms, look at the back of your mat. You could step to a down dog, or maybe you bend your knees and you could jump to bent knees to a soft down dog. Plank pose, child's pose. Widen out your knees, take a seat back to your heels. Slowly roll yourself all the way up to a seat. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Bend your right knee, step your right foot outside of your left thigh, sit tall, breathe in. Breathe out, turn right, twist. Do your best to keep your left hip your left sitting bone on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the right. Come back through center, sit tall. You could hug your shin in and then extend the right leg. Bend your left knee. Step your left foot outside of the right thigh, sit tall, breathe in. Breathe out, twist to the other side. You might hug the leg in, you could also hook the arm. Come back through center, look forward, give your shin a hug. Extend both legs, sit up tall. Bend your knees, take your seat pretty close to your heels. Sit up really tall again, and then you could stay upright for this Baddha Konasana, or you could walk your hands forward. Slowly lift back up. Bring your feet to the ground and come to lie on your back with your knees bent. Separate your feet and your knees about hips width apart. And then make sure you can kind of just feel your heels with your fingers and lift your hips up into a bridge pose. Could feel good to interlace those fingers under you and then drive the hips up, drive your chest up. Just one bridge today, so lift the hips higher. Lower yourself down to the ground. Bring your knees to touch, separate your feet, and then you could bend the elbows back behind you with your palms facing the sky. Bring your feet to touch. Shift your hips over to your left, reach your knees to the right. And it could feel nice to bring your right hand on that left thigh. Reach the right arm to the right. By right, I mean left. Your left arm to the left. You could look up or look over your left shoulder. Come back through center, switch sides. So your knees will go to the left. Your right arm can reach right. Your left hand can be on the right thigh. Look up or look over your right shoulder. Come back through center. Step your feet to your mat. And then either give your knees a hug, or you could bring your hands onto your kneecaps. Or you could also bring your hands outside of your feet around the pinky edges. You could also wrap the fingers around your big toes for happy baby. Hug your knees in. Lower your feet to the ground, one foot at a time. And then either stay here with your knees bent, or you could start to extend your legs out in front of you. Flip your palms up and become aware of your shoulder blades on the ground. taking a few moments here on your back, just floating your eyes closed. Try to part your lips, relax your jaw. And really taking a few moments in this Shavasana on your back. And you'll hear my voice again when it's time to come out of this. So really allow yourself to sink into the ground. Your palms might be up or your hands could be on your low belly or your hips or your legs. And notice the temperature of the air as you breathe in. Notice the temperature of the air around your nostrils. Notice how that temperature changes as you breathe out. Let your next breath come in just a little bit deeper. And then fully, deeply breathe all your breath away. You might move through your fingers, move through your toes, circle your wrists and your ankles. And then taking your time, just step the soles of your feet to your mat. Roll onto one side. And then using your hands to help you, just press yourself all the way up to a seat. You may keep your eyes closed or even just close them if they've opened up. Take a real big breath in through your nose. Breathe all that breath away. Draw the palms together, your palms together in a prayer right at your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time.